Hey, this is Keith at Half Tracks and Honeybees. Hope y'all are doing well today. Well, what we're into today is a couple of new NUCS. New to my bee yard, because I just did a couple of splits this morning. Now, I told you I wasn't going to do any splits in my yard, which these didn't come out of my yard. They came out of a friend's. I'm helping several folks this year with their bees. I've been mentoring at least 3 or 4 folks for the past couple of years. One lady came through winter. She got her 2 hives through the winter. We split those. She's got 4. Gentleman not far from here, he had 3. Now he's got 6. And another gentleman, he's got 2, and he only wants 2. And I think that's probably more trouble than the ones that wanted to do splits. But anyway, about 3 weeks ago, I went into his hives, and they were extremely strong. Had already started making queen cups, queen cell. They hadn't capped them. They were empty. But I pulled out 9 frames of brood at that point and put honey supers on. Well, I went into them, I guess, last week, and danged if they didn't already build up half supers of honey. Already had another queen cell that they hadn't capped. So I went back down there today, pulled out another probably 10 frames of brood and maybe 4 frames of food. And I took a couple of little nuke boxes down there and made a couple of splits. So now I have 2 new NUCS. That's almost like drone comb and drone comb. You got NUCS and new NUCS. Anyway, I digress. But I'll show today what these little NUCS look like. I'm going to add another box on them, let them draw out some comb while they're making a queen. So in case y'all haven't noticed, it seems like hives that don't have a queen actually work harder than hives that do have a queen sometimes. Y'all ever notice that? It's kind of weird. I got one split that I did. They're building a queen at a friend's house, and man, they're bringing in the honey. So it's kind of funny. But the ladies are working hard today, and we'll get the tripod out and we'll make a little video. How about that? Something new. No. Okay, here's the first little nuke we're going to look at. We'll give him a little smoke. Yeah, this one, like I said, these were just made this morning. I shook a lot of bees into them. Just wanted to show you what we got here. Top box looks pretty good. So yeah, we got lots of bees in these boxes. Also shook quite a few, shook a lot of nurse bees and quite a few foragers in. And then closed them up and brought them about 6 miles back to the house, 5 or 6 miles. So the foragers all came with them. So that's a good thing. They'll get to start bringing in the goodies right away. Now this box is just some heavily waxed plastic foundation. And based on my prior experience with NUCS, those bees will come up here and draw that out in no time. Now, I am going to give them a little pollen patty. I should have done that before I set this box on there. But we'll just slide it in there. Okay. There we go. So I like to make my splits pretty much like folks do when they're trying to make queens. Lots of bees, good nutrition. make sure they got everything they need to make a good queen. That's all we're going to do here. Let's see, what's today? April 1st. We did a split and we added a little pollen patty. Let's go look at the next one. Okay, let's check out this little nuke. You can see there's already a lot of activity at this little hive. Like I said earlier, I shook lots of foragers into these boxes along with a whole bunch of nurse bees. Forgot my hive tool. So they've got a pretty stout population in this little box. Let's take a quick peek. See there? A lot of bees. Pop off this top box. A lot of bees down there. So like the other one, I'm going to go ahead and give a little pollen patty. Now in both of these, I've probably got 5 frames of brood and a couple of frames of food at least. And probably shook 4 extra frames of bees in both boxes. So these are some pretty stout splits. Just like the other one. I'm going to add a box of foundation that I put extra wax on. Purco from Miller Bee Supply. And we are done. Put this little note up here for one split for the pollen patty. Need to add a little weight. And these ladies are good to go. Now I won't get back in these for probably 30 days. I might get in this top box and see what they're doing. But down here in the bottom where the eggs and the young larvae are, where they'll make a cell, I'm not going to mess with that. I've always thought that would be terrible to just be curious and go into a walkaway split and then you rip a queen cell and you screw up all their hard work and you're back to ground zero, or you make them hopelessly queenless or whatever. So I found it works good to just wait for 30 days before you even look at them. As far as checking for brood, all the brood that's in there now will be gone. The eggs, the larvae, the caps, all that'll be gone in 30 days. So when you go back in, if there's any larvae, any brood in there at all, you know you got a queen. So works good for me. I run the high 90% on my walkaways, and I'll keep doing what I'm doing. Seems to be working. Hey, me again. Out here with Samson and Blue. I just happened to think, in the video I mentioned waiting 30 days before I check my walkaway splits, and I didn't explain why. So the 30 days in my little head comes from 1 or 2 days before the hive realizes the queen's missing. And then you've got 16 days to make a queen, plus you got a little bit of time to make the queen cell. So if you could say a day for that, that's 16, 17, 2 to know she's missing, 18, 19, so we're at 19 days. And then she gets hatched. She's going to probably cruise around the hive a couple of days before her mating flight, so that's 2021. She goes out, gets mated, spits and sputters laying eggs, finally gets to going after a day or two. So now we're, what's that? 1, 22, 23. And then 3 days she can have eggs. 3 days it is an egg. Then 6 days it's a larva, and then they cap it over. So when you count all that together, at 30 days, you should be able to go in and find larvae, eggs, and maybe even some capped brood. Now, one thing for sure, after 30 days, any of the brood that was in there when you put the walkaway split together should be gone. So any brood that you find after 30 days, you got a new queen. And that's how I come up with 30 days. Isn't it exact science? No, but it works for me. Well, those 2 new NUCS in my bee yard are looking pretty good. I think they'll do just fine. We'll make a couple of good queens, and we'll have a couple of more resource hives. So I love working with NUCS. I think I've mentioned that before. They're good little hives. I like to have them around. And I could have put those splits into one box and made one big split, but having the NUCS for resource hives, it just makes life so much easier. If I open up a hive and see I need something, I can pop open a NUC and find something in just no time at all, where you're not having to dig through a big hive and find what you're looking for. NUCS are just fun and easy. So anyway, if you like that video, please hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you enjoy my craziness. And please, make sure you always take time to enjoy the buzz. Y'all take care.